guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Abby and I have 4 kids. I have 2 boys and 2 girls. My girls are 12 and 4 and my boys are 8 and 10. So if you want to know what I got them for Christmas this year, then just stick around. Alright, so a little housekeeping before I get started. If you know my kids personally, like if you are my kids' age and you are their friends, do not watch this video. I may ruin something for you too. That's all I'm gonna say. I will know if you've watched it, so don't. Secondly, as in years past, when I film this video, I have to wait till my kids are out of the house. Everyone's at dance and karate right now. It's late, lighting's weird, but we just have to go with it because what's a mom to do when Christmas presents are involved? So, in years past, we have tried to stick to a certain number of gifts for our kids, and then we also do a bunch of family gifts like some board games and some activities and things that we just think the kids will like in general. So they'll each have like 4 or 5 things, and then they'll also have like, you know, a few family things to open together. Different, like I said, board games that I think they would like, or activity kits or things like that. This year, we have been working our way toward eliminating all of the gifts and just headed in the direction of the 4 gift rule. I think most of you guys know what that is. It's something you want, something you need, something to wear, and something to read. Now, they don't really, we live in South Florida. It's, you know, the same season 11.5 months out of the year. They don't have like a wardrobe shift at any point. We tend to bulk up, you know, and buy a bunch of clothes in the spring or summer, and so there's not like a something to wear that they're super into. My kids aren't really into like cool shoes or accessories or anything like that, so I swapped that last year for something for school or something STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, or math. If you guys have been here for a while, then you know educational toys are kind of my thing. It's what I love to share on this channel. Being homeschoolers, it's a big part of our life, having activities, educational activities at hand in our home. So that was an easy swap, and that has been really great for us. And then we have a lot of grandparents in my kids' lives who also like to buy for our kids, so they do not need more than what, you know, a few things they get from us, and then they each get 1 thing from the grandparents at their houses when we celebrate Christmas with each set of grandparents. There is divorce in the family, and so there are multiple sets of grandparents for them. So what we've done over the last 6 or 7 years is we have gotten all the grandparents on board, thank the Lord, it's been so helpful, with 1 big group gift. And every set of grandparents pitches in whatever amount they want to spend. John and I cover the base cost of a group gift, which is what we prefer to giving our kids, like 20 things for Christmas. And then whatever the grandparents add, we don't tell each set of grandparents what the other grandparents spent. We don't even tell the kids what the other grandparents spent. We bulk up that gift. So for example, 1 year we needed to get a new swing set for the kids, and John and I found one, and we were like, hey, we're gonna get a new swing set if you guys wanna pitch in. The grandparents pitched in, and then we got the different accessories for the swing set. We actually upgraded to a larger swing set, and it was awesome. The last 3 years, we've swapped the group gift. We did 1 year Disney passes. We upgraded to the nicer passes, got a couple of nights at the hotels there, etc. And John and I were just gonna cover the cost of the standard Florida resident weekday pass. And then with the grandparents and things like that, we bulked it up to like the one that had the weekends. So that was fun. And then the last 3 years, we have just decided to do a trip instead of a lot of gifts. And so 2 years in a row, it was a ski trip, which was great. Again, something that John and I funded, but then the grandparents helped us buy the gear that they needed, and maybe some tubing or a day of, what was it? An extra day of ski school, things like that, that just add to the trip and make it more fun. And this year is another trip, but this time it's gonna be with friends. It's not a ski trip, but it is going to be a winter trip, just because of our schedule with dance. We have a really hectic dance competition schedule in the winter and the spring, and so we have a window of opportunity to travel, and where we're going is going to be cold, but we're not going specifically for the cold, but that'll be a novelty anyway to my Floridian children. They're going with some of their best friends. We're all on the same flight. It's gonna be so much fun, but I can't say exactly where we're going or who we're going with because I don't wanna spoil that. And I wanna be really careful in case somebody says something to them. So if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know I asked for some recommendations and stories for the area that we're traveling to, but their gift is gonna be so fun this year. Traveling with friends, flying, enjoying some snow thrown into the mix there. And yeah, it's gonna be good. We opted out of the ski trip this year because Annie is just gonna be a few weeks shy of being old enough to go into the ski school that my boys go to. And we just said, if there's a year that we're gonna take it off our schedule, we'll take it off our schedule this year and we'll wait till next year when she's the right age to be there so we don't have to send her to the daycare, because she does like to ski, but I don't like skiing with her because it makes me nervous. So that's the first gift, their main gift, which is a trip. And this year it involves flying with friends, which is gonna be probably the most exciting part of the trip to them rather than the destination even. So we may tell them before Christmas, get together with the friends and tell them all together, just because I think that'd be really exciting. But so there's that. Also, I get asked every year how we got the grandparents on board, and it took a long time because, you know, and it's not even like a negative thing. I get messages from people like, oh, my mother-in-law never listens to me. She just buys and buys and buys, and it's all junk and junk and junk. And I understand that, you know, but that hadn't necessarily been our situation. All of these grandparents know my kids very, very well, know exactly what they want. Oftentimes we're spending more on Christmas gifts and getting them nicer things than we were able to get for them. So we allowed that to go on for a very long time. And then we just got to the point where we realized that the stuff that they were getting, that there was a much higher value in experiences if we were to count the cost of like how much stuff they were getting. But also all of the grandparents have always valued opportunities for our kids. So it was, we knew that this would be something that it wasn't just selfish on our part, like, oh, we don't want them to give us all that stuff, because sometimes, you know, like that just brings them joy to buy all the stuff. But all these different grandparents that are in our kids' lives really value opportunities for the kids as well, and genuinely like to see the kids experiencing neat things. And oftentimes, you know, have brought our kids along on trips and things like that. So this was something that I knew would be a mutually enjoyed experience, both for us and for them to gift, was to pitch in toward a group gift. So it's not just like, oh, now they don't get to give the kids presents and they're still spending a bunch of money, you know what I mean? So this has been a great opportunity for us to cut out a lot of stuff, but also to do something that works for all of us together. So that has been something that they've really enjoyed. They love getting the pictures. When we're on these trips, we always make sure to get souvenirs for all the grandparents, and the kids know that the grandparents have pitched in towards certain things. And so it's something that they value as well. All right, that was enough chit chat about that group gift. I knew I was gonna get that question about how we got the grandparents on board and stuff like that, so I wanted to address that. So this year my kids are truly only getting those 4 gifts: something you want, something you need, something STEAM, and something to read. Last year I did this, but I also added a bunch of family gifts. This year that's not happening. Our kids are involved in a lot of things throughout the year, and we make it known that the purchases we make toward those things, costumes, surfboards, extra lessons, private lessons, like we make it known to them that that is a gift financially. It's not an expectation. That is something in addition that we're doing for them. And so when it comes to Christmas, it's no different. You know, we fund a lot of stuff for them throughout the year, and so I don't want it to just be expected. So it's just these 4 things that they're getting. So I'm gonna start with my 4-year-old. Her Something You Want, I actually got this for free. Her Something You Want is Willa the Welly Wisher. And because of her birthday party that we did for her at American Girl in the spring, the money we spent in the bistro and then the money we spent on her gifts, I ended up getting rewards points back, and I got this for free. So she's getting Willa the Welly Wisher this year. She's so excited. She and I read Welly Wisher's books over and over and over again at night. She has Camille as well, and she also wants Kendall. So we'll see if she gets Kendall for her birthday this year. There's that. That's her main gift. She's gonna be so excited because she's just had the one Welly Wisher, and now she can have like a Welly Wisher tea party. So that's her something you want. Her something you need goes hand in hand with that. We got her, again, for free. It's so funny that I really didn't spend much money on her at all, but you know, she's 4, so she doesn't count the cost of anything. But I got her the backpack carrier for the Welly Wisher. So this is the butterfly backpack carrier, since she will have one to hold and then one on her back. So that's her something you need. Her something STEAM, or something for school, is the Osmo Math Wizard and the Fantastic Food Truck. So we have the Osmo base. Of all of my kids, my younger 2 love Osmo the most. And this one says ages 6 to 8, says grades 1 and 2, but I was looking at the reviews, and I'll definitely be able to do this with her. She really, I mean, she never does Osmo by herself anyway. I'm always sitting down with her, but she really loves the Osmo Pizza Co. And I think she's really gonna enjoy this. So this one builds math confidence, rewards along the way. They will learn composing 2-dimensional shapes, identifying the properties of 2-dimensional shapes, partitioning shapes into equal shares, and spatial reasoning. So like I said, I looked at this online and I looked at the reviews. This is one of the Amazon exclusive Osmo kits, and it looked like something that was just perfect for her. So I went ahead and grabbed this for her. And then her something to read, it's a very Welly Wisher Christmas. I got her the remaining Welly Wisher books that she does not own yet. So we got her Ashlyn's Unsurprise Party, The Riddle of the Robin, and The Rainstorm Brainstorm. So she's gonna be excited about this. These books are like 5 chapters long. We read a little chapter each night before bed. She loves the Welly Wisher books. So that is what I got for my 4-year-old. All right, moving on to my 8-year-old son. His something you want is the same thing he has been asking for since last Christmas, which is a Nintendo Switch Lite. These I knew were going to be hard to come by this year. They were hard to find last year, and they've been hard to find all year long. So I went ahead and purchased these before the fall. I think it was back in August that I got these. So he got the yellow Switch Lite, and as of right now, from what I can tell, these are still hard to find. So that is what he got, and I'm relieved that I went ahead and grabbed that because he genuinely asked for like nothing else this year. His something you need, he and my 10-year-old son got the same things for their something you need. They need nunchucks and some kind of stick for karate. I don't know what it's really called. They call it sticks. They're like, oh yeah, you need sticks for class, but it's a special kind of stick, and we went ahead and purchased it through their karate association. So those are there. I have to pick them up. I don't have them to show you yet. We just got them on Black Friday, which was just a couple of days ago by the time I'm filming this. So they just came in. But my boys this year, they've both been in karate and jiu-jitsu for about a year now, and then they got to a certain belt level that they were allowed to take an additional class on the weekends, and in that class they use the nunchucks and the sticks and things like that. And so they're coming up on their first test for that in December, and then they'll get these as their something you need because they're required to have their own starting in January. So that's what they got for their something you need. His something STEAM is this Young Woodworkers project kit. So in addition to the Switch Lite, the other thing that he asked for, he's all over the place. He's like, I really want the Switch, I really want the Switch, I really want the Switch, and then he'll be like, all I want is a hammer and nails for Christmas, because I really like to build stuff. He used to love to go to those Home Depot woodworking little days with John. And our Home Depot hasn't done that for a while. So I got this on, it's the first time I ever bought from this company, Lakeshore Learning. So this is the Young Woodworkers Project Kit, build 3 awesome looking projects. So it's a knick-knack corner shelf, a treasure chest, and a toolbox. So this is super neat, includes pre-cut wood pieces, hardware and glue, easy to follow instructions. So I really thought that this would be the perfect gift for him. He will probably get started on this right away on Christmas Day. And then just something to read, I got him this Freddy's Amazing Bakery series from Usborne. So this has the Great Raspberry Mix-Up, the Cookie Mystery, Dancing with Donuts, and the Sticky Cake Race. So these looked like the perfect age and interest level for him. So I got him these books from, it's actually Kane Miller, but I got this from Usborne Books and More. So that's his Something You Want, Something You Need, Something Steam, and Something to Read for my 8-year-old son. For my 10-year-old son, same Something You Want. He got a Nintendo Switch Lite. His favorite color is purple, and this like bluish colored one looked closest, and this was the hardest color of all of them to find. I had the option from what I could find back in August and September of either getting the same exact colors or hunting around the world to find this color, and I went ahead and did that. So he got this Nintendo Switch Lite as his Something You Want. His Something You Need is the same thing as my other son, the nunchucks and the stick. His Something Steam is this magnetic marble run from National Geographic. You guys know how much we love marble runs in our house. We have a wooden marble run, we have the glow-in-the-dark marble run, and I thought he would really like this magnetic one. It goes on the refrigerator. I actually couldn't decide which one of my boys to give this to because they play with the marble runs the same amount, you know, but when I went ahead and decided to get this for my other son, I knew that Jesse would love this one. And then his Something to Read are these comics from is it Kingstone? Yeah, Kingstone Publishing. I know they make some Bibles too, but Jesse has the Old Testament series from Kingstone Publishing. So they're like little graphic novels or comic books about the Bible, and this has been really good for him. He's had those for about a year. He wanted the New Testament series, and this is something that he specifically asked for, but I don't think he's going to realize that he's going to get. So this goes through all the books of the Bible. So I'll give you an example. So this is the letters. And guys, I'm really sorry that the lighting's so bad, but like I said, it has to be at night. So here we have these different, here. So it's like a comic book. You know, it's like tells a story, so it's not straight scripture, but what I like is then at the bottom, it tells you exactly what part of the Bible that page comes from, so then they can go reference it for themselves. So this is Romans 1:24 through 32, and then you have Romans 2:1 through 3:20 on the next page, and then Romans 3:21 through 5:11. So it doesn't skip anything. It goes through all of it. So there's that. So I know that this may be the thing he is most surprised by on Christmas, because he did ask for them over the summer. So I don't think, like I said, that he knows he's getting that. So that is what I got for my 10-year-old son. And then for my 12-year-old daughter, her Something You Want, are you surprised, is this teal or turquoise Switch Lite. All of my older kids were asking for these. We considered last year getting them the Switch altogether because they like to play it at one of their friends' houses, but what we decided on was how the Switch can, you know, switch to just being, oh, that's why it's called a Switch, isn't it? It can switch to just being a handheld device, that it would probably be more beneficial for us to have multiple of those than to have the one system, especially because we tend to travel quite a bit, especially road trip travel. So these are really convenient. Now, I know you can get on Wi-Fi and you can download things to this, but we are not going to allow that currently at their age. So John actually went on Black Friday to a game store, I don't know what it's called, and got one game for each of them to start with. And then they do get Christmas money from some aunts and things, so they can spend their money on games after that. But we're going to not allow them to be on the internet with these as of right now. I don't really see it being as of ever, just because I think personally, John and I don't know enough about that world, like the internet accessible gaming stuff, to confidently allow that. So, so we did get 3 physical games, and then they can buy more physical games if they would like to. So she got this. And then her something you need, so I got stuff for my boys for karate. I got some things she needed for dance. So she needed 2 sets of these adjustable ankle and wrist weights. Her dance teacher told her to get 1.5 pound weights. She's been using 1 pound weights. And then, so I got her 2 sets of those. And then I also got her, and I'll just bundle this up, like just like how I'll bundle the boys' nunchucks and stick in one bag, I'll do the same for her. And I got her, her teacher said she needed a, what is it called? Like, it's like a stretching band with loops to work on some flexibility. So she dances 4 to 5 nights a week. So her something you need naturally was going to be something for dance, because that is where all of our investment is for her right now. And then her something STEAM falls along the art side of things. I got her, this is a book that her best friend has. It's this, how do you pronounce it? Manga fashion Bible. Every time they get together at her friend's house, who we go over there for history, they're super her friend is super into fashion. She is actually really good. She will go to the thrift store and make outfits for, like, she'll cut things and sew things and paint things, and she is so talented. So when the 2 of them get together, they will go through this book at her house, and they will do some fashion design. And so I got this for Bella. I actually consulted, I texted my friend and was like, what is the exact book? And got Isabella the same book. She asked specifically for this book for Christmas. And then I also got her a set of watercolor brush pens. She asked for art supplies from everyone for Christmas, and so I'm gonna bundle this together as her something STEAM. So this book and the brush pens. And then her something to read. My older 2 were super into surfing this year. They took surf lessons all summer, and then we just went ahead and invested in one board for them to share. And so it got to the point where I felt like the surf lessons were just almost paying for like a board rental. And so John and I realized we could save money and just buy them the board and just take them out, because they had learned the basic skills that they needed. And so they've been super into it, especially since having their own board. So I got her the Soul Surfer Devotions and Soul Surfer. There's a cute series that Bethany Hamilton wrote, but it's definitely a little too young for her, but I thought these devotions would be perfect for her. And then she hasn't read this book yet, so I got her the book as well. So that is her something to read. So those are things we got for our kids for Christmas this year. Let me know in the comments down below what you got for your kids this year. What are like the top things on everybody's wish list this year? I feel like I'm so out of touch when it comes to what is cool and trending, because my kids' interests are very specific. So I know that, like, this is probably not the most requested Christmas gift, but this was the most requested gift by my 12-year-old. So I never quite know what everybody's excited about in the Christmas season as far as shopping and gifting. So let me know what your kids are asking for Christmas, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.
Oh, Christmas tree, thy leaves are so unchanging. Oh, Christmas tree, thy leaves are so unchanging.